What is up, everyone? I'm going to be talking about how not caring is an indirect surrender to God. Now, when I say not caring, I don't mean like when you sin, you're like, you know what, I don't care, I'm already saved, I can just keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. Like, absolutely not. That's not what I mean. But what I really mean is like whenever you go through a bad time in your life, or a trial, or a challenge, or just something that isn't feeling the great, right? Feeling is different from actually what's happening. And you look at it in a state of, oh, I can learn from this, right? I can be more appreciative. I can be more careful. I can have more faith within God. Whatever the case may be, every single situation, there is something to learn and grow better within your faith with God. And here's what I mean. So in the Bible, there is a story about a person. I don't know exactly, but I know that, God puts him in a furnace and he's burning, right? But he's alive, he's living, and he survives. So that story is a direct analogy of what bad things happen in people's lives, right? It may feel like you're on fire, like things are burning around you and everything's getting destroyed, but you're still standing there within faith with God. And then you prevail, right? And then people will respect you for it, right? Because, think about this. Two different people, okay? One person, same situations, but two different people. One person, is going through a really tough time because they failed at making a good pass in football, okay? One person is just really down on himself, okay? He's like, damn, my life sucks. I'm not the greatest football player in the world. Why am I playing football? The other person is, okay, cool, I messed up. Why did I mess up? Oh, it's because I did this, it's because I did this, it's because I did this. Okay, so if I want to get better, not do that again, what I need to do is this, 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 and that, right? Practice more, or go to bed earlier, or eat more food before that game. Something like that, right? Stretch a lot more before I go. All those things are for you to grow. Now, I just use that analogy because it's very basic. But you can truly find anything to be grateful for and not care about the bad thing that happens. Okay? And this isn't coming from like just myself. I've had this happen, we're all guilty of it. And whenever something bad happens, we're like, why, God? Like, Jesus, why have you forsaken me, Lord? And so, just as humans, we do it, right? And so, what happens is when we do that, we actually develop a habit, though, right? We develop a habit of, you know what? Everything that bad happens in my life, why God, why God, why God? Woe to me, woe to me, woe to me. Instead of, thank you so much, God. Like, I have learned so much from this. And actually, a very good story on my end. So, I randomly was just like, I'm going to go to Colombia within 4 days. Okay, I booked a flight, booked an Airbnb, and expected people to drive me there and actually take me there and everything like that, having all these expectations, and it didn't really sit well with other people, right? It's totally understandable. And so I was like, I'm going to go. I'm still going. I just delayed it, right? I got my refund for my flight. I just changed the booking for the Airbnb to the beginning of 2025. But the thing is, what I learned from that is to cherish more time with your family, right? Cherish that. Because the thing is, we can get so lost, or at least I can get so lost in the fact of like work, and that I never actually spend time with my family. Yes, I know that I need to sacrifice time. But the thing is, it got to a point where I was just so utterly selfish to where people were doing things for me, and then I would get nothing in return, okay? That's a different story. Instead of me working on myself selfishly, but doing things for other people as well. So that is the lesson that I learned. Now, the other part could be, man, I'm pissed that I didn't get to go because everyone was mad at me. Like, this is so dumb. I should have just gone right away. And, like, what am I doing? But instead, I was like, okay, I can actually learn something from this. Was it easy to be able to think that way? No. No, not at all. Over the course of my faith, which has been, I think, about 2.5 years, I'm still childlike in my faith. And it took me a lot of failures to actually be able to understand that. But the thing is, you get to a point once you really recognize it, right? First, it takes about 2 days, and then you realize like, oh, okay, there was something to learn from this. Maybe even for other people like a week or a month. Then you keep trying. Then that month turns into 2 weeks. That 2 weeks for the next time turns into a week. The next time, that week turns into a couple days. The next time, and so on, right? Until it's just like that situation happens and you're like, okay, what can I actually learn from this? Or in context to what I'm talking about, I don't care that this is happening right now. Right? And it's there's a story too about I think it's a Chinese man. Don't quote me on it completely, but he has a son and he has a horse. Okay, so his son is playing and his son breaks his arm. Okay, and everyone in the village is like, "Oh my gosh, is he okay? Is he okay?" And he's just like, "It's fine." Everyone's like, "What? Like, what's going on? What do you mean he's fine?" He's like, "It's fine." Okay. Another time, the horse ends up actually fleeing. The horse is gone. Everyone in the village, oh my gosh, this is horrible. We got to find your horse. And he's like, no, it's fine. The horse comes back. The boy gets his arm healed. Okay? And everyone is so baffled by the fact of this man not caring. And he's like, it's going to be fine. Like, I don't care. And that is the mentality that we need to have as Christians and as believers within Christ, because the thing is, if you start saying, woe to me, why are you doing this? You're indirectly as well rebelling against God, because you're not trusting what he actually has in store for you. Right? Now and God knows that we are not fully capable of doing that all the time. But we can work towards it consistently to where it's a shorter period of time in order to do that. And so, might I ask you guys, whatever negative situation that you've had in your life, what positive thing could you have taken away from that and learned and grown to be a better person within God? Now, drop whatever you feel like you have taken away from that in the comments below. If you like what you see, make sure to hit that like button and hit the subscribe button as well, just so I can, preach the gospel to other peoples in this world.